What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
Man, it's your boy Matt P.
Your boy Jeremy Chase.
And this is Parking Lot Parables.
This episode 30,
3.0.
Yeah, our ages.
Yeah. This is a very special episode.
Oh yeah,
I don't believe in coincidences.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a very special episode. We about to talk about something. You know, this is something we probably couldn't talk about back 10 years ago because we ain't really have no grasp on.
No understanding.
No understanding. But you know, with age comes understanding. Hopefully.
And wisdom.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this is true. Cause
for some of us out here,
been struggling in this department.
Struggling big time.
Yeah, man.
Trying to relive the same old time in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly tragic.
Oh yeah.
But what we want to talk about is life. And love. Like, what is life without love? You ever thought about that?
Mm-hmm.
You ever thought about that, bro?
Oh yeah, man.
Like, and I know it's a very broad topic. You know, you can talk about everything. I mean, and it really kind of ties into what's going on now. I mean, because you know, this ain't really off topic. But did you ever consider? I saw somebody make a post saying, you know, they should put people on a polygraph test and be like, ask them, are they racist? If they fail, they can't be a police officer, or they should get fired.
Dang, I mean,
but then somebody made a good point. Most racists probably don't believe they're racist.
Exactly.
So they're gonna pass that polygraph test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
you can't even ask, do you have racist tendencies? Because they don't know what that is.
Yeah, they don't think their tendencies are racist. They don't believe what they say, what comes out their mouth is racist.
Yeah. Shoot.
And you know, and saying all that, I said all that to kind of bring it in, you know, because it all kind of ties in, you know, being aware of what hurts people around you. Yeah. What hurts your neighbor? What hurts your wife, your husband, your children? Things that you say, things that you do that are hurting people. If you're doing those type of things, you are not operating in love. Yeah. That's what the Bible tells us.
That's the main key, man. Love is everything, to be honest. That's where God began, and that's where he's taking us, man. God is love. Yeah. So, you know, he's the main source of where we learn what love is. You know, his kind-heartedness, his forgiveness, his humility, like everything, man. All that equates to love. And I feel like that if we don't have a world of love, and pretty much it is the opposite of love is hatred, like, man, that would be ridiculous. Like, and I feel like a lot of people don't know how to love because they haven't been loved properly. Like, there's a lot of families out here that doesn't truly exhibit love. You know, there's some families, you know, they'll have some good times, but the majority of the time, there's not an example of true love. And I'm not saying, like, you gotta be happy 24/7, you know, hugging everybody every day. And, you know, what I'm saying is the action of love.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not all about, you know, having a smile on your face all the time, but, you know, it's about, sometimes it's as simple as asking somebody how they doing.
Bruh, like, something that simple, man. Like, going out of your way to make someone's day better. That's what love is. Love is really sacrifice, man. Like, what are you willing to give up to show your love for someone else?
And in today's time, I think that's one of the biggest problems is we live in a time where there's a lot of greed going on, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody's really for themselves. You know, it's like, oh well, one person says Black Lives Matter. Well, somebody's rebuttal to that. Well, all lives matter.
Exactly.
Well, not saying all lives don't matter. We're just saying I'm tired of seeing people that look like me getting taken out around here.
Exactly.
Unarmed.
Yeah.
But no, you don't choose to see it from that perspective.
No,
you
man.
choose to see it. Well, they were criminals, so that's what happens.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no love in that. That's malicious, man. Like, for you to just like, you don't. A lot of people don't even take the time to try and understand.
Nope.
Why a lot of black people feel the way they feel.
Yeah, man.
And you know, and some people, and I ain't. And when I say people don't take the time, I ain't just talking about white people. There's some black people out here, man.
Yeah.
That they're all for it. Oh, he got knocked off. Better. Good.
And there's another one gone.
Uncle Ruckus is out here, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, we just want the fair trial, man. You know, people just want to see people. Okay, he was a criminal, or she was a criminal, or whoever. Okay, fine. Put him on the fair trial.
Exactly.
But just to see him maliciously just get shot up, or
killed,
slowly choked out,
like,
and beaten to death, and
shot,
all this other stuff, and for people to be like, well, he did this, that, and the third, but he didn't.
Man.
But that's not why they killed him, though.
Yeah, people gotta stop judging people by their past, and like just and being too quick to judge a situation. Like, I know, like, I say this time and time again, do your research before you make a decision on anything. Like, do your research, investigate what happened. Because if you spout out some foolishness and then something else come out, you're going to be looking dumb out here. But, you know, it's, like I said, everything has to be based in love. Even like the protest, it has to be based in love. Like, because if we're in a mindset of hate, then it's not going to go through.
So with that being said, I want to talk to our people for a second. Let's have a heart to heart, y'all. Come on now. Destroying stuff. I understand the anger. But that's not going to change anything.
And you know what? I have seen a lot of videos where it is the opposite race.
Yeah,
that's destroying stuff and blaming it on us. True. As well.
It is some of the opposite race, but it's some of our folks out there too.
Yeah,
it's some of us out here too. And I ain't saying we're doing most of it, but I know it's some of us out there. Yeah, and them are the ones I'm referring to.
Exactly, man.
We can't be at this time, in this time of season. We can't be caught. We can't be out here. Like, everybody needs to be on their P's and Q's, man. We're trying to get stuff done.
Yeah. And really, we're going to need to come together and have an action plan. I know the world has stopped and all eyes are on us right now. So now's the perfect opportunity to build an action plan and do something. But like I said, it's got to be fueled in love. Like, we promote, we promote the negative so quick, bruh. We quick to promote the negative, but we don't promote hardly any of the positive. Yeah. Like, I love seeing police officers standing in solidarity with the movement. I love police officers playing basketball, you know, with the kids and everything. Like, there are good cops as well.
Yeah.
And I love, you know, seeing black people in a positive light as well. Like, we need more of that. Like, you know, you can't just focus on the negative. You got to say, okay, well, some of them are doing good. You got to focus on that as well. Like, you got to give them their props. But I know there's a bigger problem right now. And it's this police brutality, bruh, is getting worse. Well, I would say it's pretty much the same. It was just constant. But, you know, we gotta come together in love, man. Especially in our families, because that's your rock. I don't care what happened in your family. You gotta love them.
True.
And I understand.
And it's hard.
Oh, it's hard. Especially if someone done something to you that was traumatic or, you know, heartbreaking. You still gotta show love. Some people you don't have to even associate with, but you still gotta love them. You know, and like we said, it is very hard to love someone. Like, loving your enemy, man, that is one of the toughest things you can ever set out to do. Yeah. But, you know, we all have to do that work. And you know what? It brings a peace when you can love people that can't stand you, man. Like, there's that phrase, kill them with kindness. Sometimes you do have to kill them with kindness.
Eventually it does. At first, sometimes, boy, it just in your stomach, boy, your gut.
Oh yeah.
You just be like,
If
boy,
I
I'll
see that,
slap this.
oh yeah, man. We all got the moments like where you want to go off on them and just do whatever. But
if you see them on fire, and you got gasoline and water in front of you, you be like, I don't know, man. This gasoline looking mighty good, but that's not the love thing to do.
Yeah, man. But we always gotta look out for each other, especially in our families. Show that love, man. And you don't want your family to pass and not let them know you love them. Show them actions. If you're in a relationship, show that love. Like, it shouldn't be a special day that you show your love to someone. Do something nice for your significant other, even if it's just taking time out to do something they like. Just planning something that they enjoy. Those little simple things like that they enjoy, man, that means the world to a lot of people. And we gotta rebuild our community to be in love. Cause a lot of us, we don't know how to love, man. Like we didn't see it growing up. We didn't experience it. We seen it on TV, but that's the gist. And even that's drama, especially in the black community, man.
Yeah, man, that's not gonna be playing out like that.
Yeah,
man.
like get rid of the false idols of love and seek the true thing, man. Cause it's out there. It is definitely out there. Surround yourself with people who genuinely love you. Yeah. Want to see you succeed, want to push you, want to promote you, want to see you do better. Heck, even in your job, like show love. Like, sometimes you can bring in a snack or something. You never know how that affect your coworkers, or even if you're a supervisor, or if you give something to your boss. Like, man, you never know. Little small things like that, they count. But it's important that we show love and gratitude towards one another, because people remember that more than anything. I don't know who this quote is by, and it says like people will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So start off on a good foot. Like, show that love to people, and you never know how that impact your lives. I had a couple of people come back to me and say that they appreciate how I've helped them, or little small tokens that I've done for them. And man, you never know how big an impact that can play on someone's life, that it turns around and changes someone else's life. Like, reach one, teach one. It's a strong message. Like, if you keep on giving, it'll eventually make its way back around.
True enough.
Yeah, man. Like, it's time out for the hate and the anger. Like, it's time for love to shine through, man.
I want to talk about love, these families, though.
Yeah, bro. Talk about it, bro.
Okay, so this is just what I've seen. Most of the women that I've dated have been single moms, for the most part. Yeah. Single moms, dads nowhere to be seen. One of the dads actually, this Negro had the nerve to be living with his mama and not taking care of his kids. Wow, man. Like, there's good love, and then there's bad love.
Yeah.
If your parents, if you over here got a child of your own, and you living with your parents and not taking care of that child, and them parents are still just letting you stay there.
Yeah.
Man, that's bad love. That's enabling love. That's toxic love.
That's when you need to give that tough love.
Parents need to be giving him the business. No, just letting them chill. No, ain't no way. Not in this house.
And you know what? That's another version of love. Telling people the truth about themselves. I wouldn't want anyone in friendships, relationships, or anything where I'm doing something wrong, and sometimes I don't even know it. But if you truly love someone, you'll tell them, like, hey, you need to straighten up, because they ain't right.
Yeah.
And some people, they know they're not doing right, but they feel it's not affecting anybody else. But you gotta express those things as well. That's a part of love, like being truthful and honest. Like, we all should be growing in all areas. So if you want to like truly love someone, tell them the truth. Let them know what's up. Give them the business. Because we all need a correction every now and then.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what we was talking about last week. Like when we have a correction, like from your leader, church or something like that.
Yeah.
Or if you have correction from your supervisor, man, that's just always a way to do it. Like, but what we see too often, I'm not gonna say a lot more often than not. I'll just say we see it too often. Yeah. Is it's like a lack of love. When it comes to correction, it's like bam, 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 just cutting it, like cutting deep. Yeah. And like don't even just gloss over the good things you've done. That's not love. Yeah. And then they wonder why people leave after they get a certain age. They leave and they don't come back. Yep. Or why employers be wondering why it's so hard to keep good help, because y'all trash.
I'm telling you, man.
You don't take care of your employees.
Yeah.
I mean, taking care of your customers is good, but in my opinion, like that should not be number one. No, man. Take care of your employees first, because if your employees are straight, they gonna do whatever they need to when they come to work to take care of the guests.
That's true, man.
But if the employees are not taken care of, they all disgruntled, and you just want them like, you ain't worried about them. You just it's all about the guests. You ain't gonna never have good help.
Man, people get so confused and think that money will convince people to stay or
take trash.
Yeah, man, it's a different world now. Like, you can't just treat anybody any kind of way. Shoot, now you liable to get sued. Like, if there's like something going on in the job, they liable to sue you nowadays. So, like, always stay in correct terms with your jobs. Like, if you a supervisor, like, do the right thing. If someone's being treated unfairly, speak up. And that's another thing, man. Like, people are standing by while hatred is being brought out. And like, they're not saying anything.
Pretending like it didn't happen.
Yeah, man. Like, it's some fake people out there, man. Like, we gotta stop, trying to be like crabs in a barrel. Everyone trying to reach above each other to get to a higher place and all work together, man. Like, it's like, I swear we could talk about that for musicians, for workers, for family. Like, there's so many areas. Yeah, man. Like, everyone's trying to rise to the top and really don't want to lift up anyone else. Oh yeah, man. It's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah, you can go on with that. Like this.
Yeah, bruh. But we just want to tell y'all about love. Like, implement these things. Like, love is so important. Especially when you even have children, man. That's you're their first impact in their life, and if you're not showing them love at a young age, they will grow up mean and surly, like just mad.
And it's that lack of love is why we're dealing with a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with.
Oh yeah, man.
These people are disgruntled in the subconscious and don't even know why.
Yeah, man.
They're hateful and they don't even know why. They're mad and they don't know why. Like, they don't even understand. Like, it can be probably for every person with a nasty attitude that you run into, you can probably trace it back to something with the fam.
Yeah, that's true. How they grew up, man.
Like, honestly, and if their fam is like that, you could probably trace it back to their people.
That is true.
Like, it's a never-ending cycle. So somebody, when things like that happen, somebody has to take a stand and say, hey, enough is enough. We stopping this right now. I know there's some things that I've dealt with, that I was like, man, I want to stop this now before I bring a child into this world. I don't want to pass that on.
A lot of things, man.
That child coming up in this world, like that child is gonna have enough to deal with. I want to be able to show all the support that I can, and just let that child know that you know, I'm always gonna have your back. But I don't want to be passing on anything that I haven't overcome. Like I was like, so it everybody has to take a look within themselves.
Yeah, and while you're looking at yourself, love yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's the main person you should be showing love to. Like, if you're not, you know, taking care of your body, taking care of your needs, whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically, all of it, man, like, we need love too. And we all want to be loved, whether we know it or not. You know, that's one reason God placed on the earth. Because, you know, we all want to be together, do things together, like. And I get it, there's some people who like being alone, but that's a rarity that, you know, they just want to be alone and not deal with anyone. But, you know, love not only is it a great feeling to know that you're loved, but it's a great feeling to show someone else that you love them.
Yeah, that smile, you just make somebody smile.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know, somebody who was having a real bad day. I ain't gonna lie, man, some people, I ain't gonna call them lost causes, but
it's hard to love them.
They're hard to love, and you know what? Sometimes you just have to try again tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel
like
you.
don't be trying to like overextend yourself to try and bend over backwards for some folks, man. Just try again tomorrow, man.
That's true. For some people, you gotta love from a distance. Like, you know, keep them in prayer. Them ones that's just difficult. Because like we said before, they probably dealt with years and years of not being loved the proper way. So now they probably coming back with all this backlash. So, you know, you got to take that into account too. Always consider the other party. Like, sometimes you need to learn the other person's story. I mean, it's not an excuse for how they act now, but it helps you better understand them and learn how to love them in a better way. You know, because people, we go through a lot. And that's one thing bullying comes from. You know, a lot of bullies, like, they're not loved properly, and they do all this crazy stuff. And, you know, now internet bullying seems to be the popular thing, which I personally don't get, because how are you afraid of someone on the internet talking trash? But, you know, some people may feel threatened by it. But, you know, that's the major thing right now. Like, kids are killing themselves because they've been talked about on the internet, and I'm like, man, it's a major thing. But, you know,
it's a strange world we live in.
Oh yeah, parents, sit down with your children, like, let them know they're loved. Ask them if they feel love, because you never know. They may not feel love, and you may be doing all you can. But you got to understand how to love them. Like, we got to have these conversations with our family, with our kids on, like, get that understanding, like, because we're all going through something, especially in this pandemic, man. That's why you got to talk to your children. Let them know, hey, you good? Even your small ones, like, you know, just check on them mentally and, you know, make sure they good, man. Because you never know what they're going through. And this is the perfect time because, you know, we can't go nowhere. Well, most places are opening, but still, you know, it's an important time where you can really show your love, really come together, really, you know, express how you feel about one another. But yeah, man, we just want y'all to show love in the best way possible.
Yeah. And, you know, it's not gonna happen overnight.
Oh, no, definitely not.
It's not gonna. Don't expect. You know, start small if you have to. You know, just if you see somebody that's being overlooked, go check on them.
Yeah.
If you're at work and you know you see somebody looking down and ain't nobody checking on them, go check on them.
Yeah, that's the key.
Go speak. See how they doing. Ask them how they doing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can start off something as simple as that. You know, you done gave them an ear to, you know, like, just talk to. I mean, you know what? Now they're good because whatever was bothering them, they done talked about it. You know, I mean, sometimes it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, man. Shoot, just little things can let people know that you love them. But yeah, man, I'm thankful for everyone that shows their love for me, that lets me vent. Just allowing me to be me, and like I got that a lot growing up, and I'm thankful for that. Like a lot of us do miss that. That true love where you can be yourself and express yourself in the correct way and, get that guidance of type of love. But, just gotta find it wherever you can, man. Gotta find it wherever you can.
Yes. Yeah. But be careful.
Oh, yeah.
With
be
that.
careful.
Because, like we said earlier, all love ain't good love.
Yeah, some love can be misleading. So be careful who loves you, and be careful who you allow to love you, because there's some crazy folks out there
enabling your bad behaviors.
Yeah,
that's not good love.
Yeah,
that's foolishness.
Shoot, there's even some that's probably manipulative. So watch out for them type of people that you think they love you, but man, it could be the total opposite.
Using you, trying to ride your wave,
Yep, ride that coattail.
Yeah, and you know what? We gonna probably see a whole lot of that, But just be mindful of your circle. It usually is best to keep I mean, you can have people that you associate with, hang out with. That's cool, but I mean, when it really comes to the tough stuff that you don't usually talk about, you got to keep that circle small. I truly believe it. You got to keep the circle small.
Yeah,
can't be telling everybody. So yeah, definitely just be mindful.
Yes, sir.
You got anything else you want to talk about this love thing, bro?
No, man. I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah. I mean, I know like I said, it's a broad topic. You could really go into so many things.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to touch on that for y'all, man. So yeah, love more and quit the foolishness.
All of the foolishness.
Speaking of which, y'all know what time it is?
Oh yeah,
it's Miss Me with the Foolishness. Now, usually we find some like funny story to tell y'all, but this story, I don't find this story funny, to be honest. It's a little more serious. But it just kind of paints the picture of the injustices that are enraging everyone right now, or enraging certain people. Some people don't seem to care, but I mean, this is an injustice as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so we have two lawyers of color that are facing 45-year sentences for vandalism. Okay, so to make a long story short, they both were raised in New York. One's a black man, one's a they say Muslim girl, but I'm like, what is she? I don't know. It doesn't really say her ethnicity. I didn't see it. It just said one's a black man, one's a Muslim girl. So they're both lawyers. They're like in their early 30s. And right now they're sitting in Brooklyn jail because they were caught about attempting to set a already destroyed police car on fire. Now, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. What they was doing was wrong.
That is true.
Okay, so for all of you who were on that wave of, oh well, let's find out what they did and let's magnify that.
Exactly.
Instead of magnifying the bigger issue, let's magnify what they did or what they did in the past.
Yeah.
Or all this type of stuff. That's the work of the enemy, by the way. That's what the enemy tries to do. So just so y'all know, if for any of you who like to do that type of stuff, bringing up people's past, that is completely like irrelevant to what it is that they are in trouble for now or dead for. That is the work of the enemy. Applying confusion to a situation. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. So here we have these two sitting in jail right now, already facing. They were protesting the George Floyd incident or death.
Mm-hmm.
So they were protesting that. Those officers that killed George Floyd haven't even got sentenced yet. But here, these two are for just setting an abandoned, already destroyed car on fire. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not exactly sure if they even, it was unoccupied. It was already damaged. Nobody was injured. They were attempted to burn it. So they didn't even get to do it.
Yeah.
But they're trying to give them 45 apiece for a mandatory that, and they're trying, and they're looking at it's a federal charge, 45-year mandatory minimum sentence, minimum 45.
What's the number of president that Trump is?
45.
I'm just saying.
I didn't even make that connection, bro.
I ain't even a conspiracy. Well, I do like researching conspiracy theories, but that's a little creepy.
Basically, property damage, and they're trying to get these people. That's a weird number. 45.
45 years.
That's a weird number. Both of them two, these two wouldn't be getting out until they're like late 70s.
Yeah. God, dog, man.
Over attempting to do property damage.
Yeah.
Nobody was hurt. Nobody was in danger.
Like, that's too much. Like, I understand that, they have to do their due process, but you're already sentencing them before they even have their trial.
The police officers that shot the guy in Atlanta didn't get that much time.
I'm telling you. Like,
why?
man,
because the police officers, they took a life.
Exactly.
So a beat up police car is worth more than a life. I'm not, and again, just for you that like to throw stuff, magnify stuff. I'm not saying what he did was right. He was asking for trouble, no doubt.
Yeah, and you know what? It's sort of like how I think before. Well, not before, because it's been happening all the time. But when people would get cases for marijuana charges, and they'll get like 20-something years for having like a small bag of weed on them. Like, bruh, it's
a child molester or something like that could possibly get out in 10 or less
months.
Months too.
Bruh, it's ridiculous how our justice system works. Like, none of it is straight across the board. Like, I feel if there's been a case exactly like this, it should be the same for each one. And like, I really do feel like we need to adjust these time limits. Like, some stuff, it's like, why they in there for that long for something so stupid? And
it's these people that they're allowing to run those particular courts, man. They get to just like make up whatever sentence they want.
Yeah, pretty much on the spot.
That's
what they feel.
That's
they
a
should
problem.
Serve.
That's
like,
a problem.
Like, man.
So what I feel like is happening here, what we have here is a prosecution that is clearly, very, very adamant about backing the blue.
Yeah.
And clearly doesn't give a flip about who has been killed by police officers
at all. And
more importantly, just glossing over the fact that these are people of color. Glossing over that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna gloss over that, for you triggered folks that might be sliding through here. But we just gonna throw it out there. Yeah, there are people of color as well. So you have so you got 4 cops.
Yeah.
1 that actually killed the man, and 3 are being accessories.
Yep.
Haven't even got sentenced yet. But here these 2 are possibly looking at life.
True.
For burning up an already destroyed car.
Like, this is too much.
I heard somebody I can't remember who said this, but a guy said his lawyer told him there is no justice, there's just law.
Pretty much, I believe it. So true justice, how can you even define it? Because what we feel is justified to us, that's not
justified to the other people.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have people who looked at let's just say George Floyd, or better yet, let's just go back to Ahmaud Arbery.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who say that killing was justified.
Yeah.
I say Hal Sway.
Okay, like, bruh, it's bruh, it's just a lot, man. Like and
it's like nobody. It's like I'm like, how are y'all not taking into account that this is a life that was taken?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
where's your value of life?
Where's your value of life? I'm like, and see, this is why many pose the question: is it because the life was black that y'all don't really care?
And you know what? I think a lot of people still go by that rule that, you know, when they were saying like a slave is worth what 3/4 of a person. I think they still
3/5.
Yeah, it's like 3/5 or 3/4 of a person, and I feel they still go by that today.
So going off of that logic, let's just say, for instance, yeah, that's why people think that there's people out there that think that George Floyd was but then you got people who think it wasn't justified, but they also feel like, well, he was trash, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they try to compare this man to Hitler. Like, come on now.
Okay, and then you got the group of people that be like, well, police kill white people all the time too. We don't hear y'all saying. I'm like, first of all, you said white people. Why ain't y'all making any noise about it?
Hello.
There was a guy named Chad. What was his name? There was a guy in like Arizona, and I put this video out there on a video that I did recently. He was gunned down by the police. He was unarmed, and he was begging for his life on his hands. He was on his hands and knees begging for his life.
Wow!
And that police officer shot him up,
man.
And then on top of that, the officer claimed he had PTSD. This happened like 2 or 3 years ago, and now that officer is like 26. He's younger than us.
Ooh, God! And
he's retired from the police force, making like $60,000 a year.
Man,
retired.
Whew. Like, see, they won't act right till you touch their money. That's to be honest.
I seen a video where Dick Gregory was saying you have to give them something that they can't afford to lose. Then they'll act right.
Oh yeah, man.
Give them something. Give them officers something they can't afford to mess up and lose this. And then they'll start acting like they got some sense.
Exactly, man.
Because they don't want to lose what these benefits they getting.
I'm telling you.
And I mean that was an interesting proposition. So then I mean the question then is like, well, what is it you could offer each one of them that, you know, eventually they're like, well, I can't afford to lose this, so I can't afford to be out here, you know, making reckless decisions. But that's we kind of got off on a tangent, like, but y'all see the ridiculousness of this.
Yeah.
You got the cops of Breonna Taylor situation haven't even got charged yet.
Nope.
They finally charged the guy who killed George Floyd and all. I don't think they've charged all of them yet. I'm not sure yet. Have they?
No. Well,
if they have, they haven't all had a sentence. With these two, they were protesting after the George Floyd incident, and they're already got a sentence lined up for them.
Yeah. Predetermined. Like, I'm like, it's our justice system needs to be revamped in a major way. Like, it's a lot going on right now, and I ain't gonna lie, it is gonna take some time to fix, but we have to do the work to fix it, man.
I just say to all my people that are, you know, against the injustices that are going on. And I'm not just saying the black people. I'm saying the people of every color, every ethnicity. Yeah. Y'all stay encouraged. Definitely, I know this is because I mean when you see stuff like this versus and then you see things like police out here killing people.
Yeah.
You know, unarmed people. Some some were armed and
harassing people,
harassing folks. Like there's a guy right here in Valdosta. We just seen the video today. 4 cops came up on him, had the wrong guy. They hemmed the guy up, broke his wrist.
Yep.
You know.
And then they knew they messed up.
And then after you watch the video for a while, you can see the their whole they're like, dang it, man, we done did it, man.
Yeah, man.
Doggone right, you done did it.
Exactly. That's why, man, you gotta be careful how you treat people. Like, you never know. I'll never forget that episode of Family Matters where Eddie got,
by the police.
Yeah.
And then his dad went and got at him.
Yeah, and he was like, if he would have told me he was a cop's kid, I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, so he's like, well, what you saying now? Like, if he wasn't a cop's kid, any other black kid that's not a cop's kid is up for grabs.
Exactly, man. I'm like, man.
And then, I felt Eddie, and he was like, what? We just gonna file a report? No, I need mines. Exactly. Like they had me down like an animal.
Yeah.
That was humiliating.
Yeah,
I can't even say the word. I'm getting flustered just thinking about it.
Yeah, and it keeps going on, man.
Humiliating. Like, there it is.
And I encourage. One thing I love that I see going on now is that when a black person is stopped by a cop, usually another black person will pull to the side just to see or be another witness or observe. I love that. Like, man, that's probably something we do need to start doing.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, and if for the officers out there, look, them people ain't stopping because they looking for trouble. But they just don't want us. We just trying to avoid seeing another person that look like us out here killed maliciously.
Yeah, because when there's multiple eyes on you, you're most likely not to act in the wrong way. Like, and that's.
I mean, and hey, like I said, cameras are out. So if the camera clearly shows that whoever you pulled up aggressed you, costed you, you was defending yourself, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
At least we got it on camera that you was in the right this time.
And you know what? I'm even thinking of getting like a dash cam, man.
Yeah, I think dash cams are really important these days, bro, because people out here driving really crazy, man.
Yeah, that too.
Like, I mean, dash cam will save you, like, save your car insurance a lot.
Oh, yeah, man.
Cause, like, especially if it's like in somewhere where there's no cameras or anything. It'll save you a lot of money.
Definitely, man.
So I'm definitely gonna be investing in one of those here soon.
But yeah, man, we want to keep y'all encouraged. Stay up. We know the pandemic's still going on. I know a lot of people, a lot of places, the numbers are rising. But stay safe out there. Stay prayed up. Like,
be mindful.
Oh yeah, follow the rules and regulations. But we thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for engaging with us. If you want to check out more Parking Lot Parables, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We do have a Twitter, but we don't use that much. Almost everything Parking Lot Parables.
Y'all like, share, subscribe if you on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, turn them notifications on.
Spotify. Engage, share it with your people, man. If y'all want to hear us talk about certain things, but you don't want to like put yourself out there or something like that, email us at parkinglotparables@gmail.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to follow me, you follow me at Matthew Priest on Facebook, Matt P2Real on Instagram, and Unprecedented MP on Snapchat and Twitter.
Oh yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at The Chase Harder on all social media platforms.
So y'all remember, love is the way, my brothers.
Love is the key.
For sure. Yeah, so y'all stay up out there. And again, I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.